Very excited to be joined by one of UCLA's newcomers, Tyler Bilodeau from Oregon State. Previous to that, Washington. Kennewick. Kennewick? Is that how we
Yep,
pronounce it? All
yep,
right.
Kennewick.
Tyler, how does it feel to be at UCLA now?
Oh, it's great. Just got down here a little over a week ago, but I'm super excited. Um, all the teammates are great. All my teammates are great guys. Great coaching staff. So I'm ready to get to work.
So this recruiting process, obviously, it's a transfer recruiting process, very different from what you experienced out of high school. What made you first, like, what were you thinking about when you were looking at prospective schools, and then what made you decide you wanted to pick UCLA?
Yeah, I mean, for the biggest thing for me was winning. I wanted to win, playing the tournament. Not only playing the tournament, but I wanted to, take a shot at winning the tournament. And then also just coaching staff standpoint, developing um, for the next level. I think those were two definitely my biggest things I was looking for.
And then with UCLA, how did that kind of match up with those things? And how did they, I don't know, how did they kind of pitch to you? Because obviously last season wasn't a great season for
Yeah.
UCLA. So how did that kind of align with your interests and what you wanted to do?
Yeah. They probably didn't have the season they wanted to, but I mean UCLA is just a winning program, and I believe in this coaching staff, and they're a bunch of winners. So and they've done it before. They've been in those situations, so it's definitely something that I knew we'd be capable of this year, and so that was probably the biggest thing. Um, not too worried about what happened, but yeah, just focusing on this next year in this class coming in. So it's exciting.
And then describe kind of the relationship building with the coaching staff. I'm sure you were familiar with them from
hmm
competing against them for the last couple of years, but what was that relationship building like? Was it all Coach Cronin? Were you talking to assistants? How was that built through this recruiting process?
No, yeah, it was great. I would talk to almost the whole coaching staff. Coach Savino quite a bit, Coach Cronin, Coach Nate, Coach BT. Um, those were definitely guys I talked to quite a bit and just built good relationships with them throughout the recruiting process.
And then going back to out of high school, because I think the contrast between these recruiting processes is so interesting. Out of high school, you were pretty, I would say, under the radar a little bit. You were recruited by Oregon State and Washington State, but mostly besides that, it was mid-major type recruitment. And then
hmm
this one, obviously, you had high majors looking at you. You had a lot of interest. Why do you think you flew under the radar so much out of high school? And what do you think was different, obviously, coming out of Oregon State?
I think I was just a late bloomer in high school. Hit my growth spurt late. Really, I think that was the biggest thing. And then COVID too, probably didn't help a whole
Right.
lot. But I mean, I was probably at that level coming out of high school, and then yeah, just keep believing myself, keep working, knowing what I'm capable of. Um, it's just how I ended up here.
Is that the kind of thing? I know it's kind of a cliche, but is that the kind of thing that does put a chip on your shoulder? Just because going into Oregon State, you immediately were outplaying whatever ranking or whatever you had been
Mhm.
afforded out of high school. Is that the kind of thing that gives you added motivation?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I think it does, because going up against guys and coaches who didn't really believe in you, or guys that are ranked higher than you, and all this, it does add a little bit of chip on my shoulder, and because I just want to show them.
Yeah, I know. I totally get it. So you talked about your growth spurt, and I found this interesting because I was doing a little bit of reading. So your dad, for those who don't know, your dad played professional hockey, and your
hmm
mom played professional basketball. They're both 6'4". I think your
Yeah.
brother's 6'4". And you ended
hmm
up, what are you, 6'9"?
Yeah, with shoes on. Yeah.
But yeah, do you just lord it over everyone? Or are you like, yeah, I got that extra 4 inches on you guys?
No, I mean my brother's like 6'6", so
Oh, okay.
he's pretty tall now too. But yeah, me and him are always joking around with our parents, um, calling them little and stuff. So it's pretty funny.
But obviously, you had professional sports background from your
Mhm.
parents. How much of an influence did that have on you at a young age? And how would you say your athletic upbringing was maybe a little bit different or influenced by having parents who were obviously at the pinnacle of their sports as well?
Yeah, no, I think it's huge, like a huge factor. Um, Growing up, they didn't really like push us into any different sport. They just kind of wanted us to have fun, try out all these different sports we could. They didn't want to push us too hard or anything. Just kind of let us find it on our by ourselves. Um, but I think definitely like the mental side of things is a big part. Uh, like through ups and downs and that sort of thing, just trying to keep like my mind like steady, and because they've been there and done that of everything like I'm going through, so they just know how to like get through all that, you know. Um, so I'd say that was the biggest thing growing up through like high school and in college now, even still all the time. Uh, so yeah, it's honestly a blessing to have them because they're always on my side and stuff. So it's been good.
And then, what stood out to you about basketball? I mean, because I was reading your bio and you've played hockey,
Mhm.
you've played it all. I'm sure with
Yeah.
your dad having played hockey, you played a bunch of hockey, but baseball as
Mhm.
well. What made you, I mean, besides being 6'8", 6'9", what made you decide that basketball was a sport for you?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought I was gonna be a hockey player growing up. That was definitely like my first love. And then I think probably around sophomore, junior year of high school, I started growing and becoming probably surpassing hockey in basketball wise. So I think I was like, "Ooh, okay." I started to love the game more, and I think that's when it started to be like, "Okay, like I think I'm gonna end up playing basketball."
Is are there any lessons you take from having played so much hockey? Are there any things that you think you bring to the basketball floor, whether it's toughness or understanding of spacing and all that kind of stuff? Is there
Mhm.
anything that you bring from hockey to the basketball floor?
Yeah, I think like the physical aspects, like toughness and that sort of thing. But also, I think it just helped like my body, um, kind of like balance things and stuff like that, like different muscle groups. I would
You're right.
say I think it helped that growing up playing it, um, and just like having that edge out on the court. I think for sure that definitely came from hockey a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's move forward to UCLA. You've been on campus for a week. What have been the initial impressions of just kind of being there on campus, being a student going? I think summer session has started now,
Yeah.
so going through some classes.
Hmm.
Any big differences from Oregon State? Just kind of the same deal. What are you feeling?
The weather's the biggest thing. It's 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 always nice out here. Oregon was really pretty rainy, but no, it's been good just navigating campus and stuff. Everyone's been super nice down here, so it's been great so far.
Yeah, you've been a Pacific Northwest guy basically your entire life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been just rain and a lot of overcast days,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Where I live in Tri-Cities, it's more similar to here.
Okay.
It's like a high desert. It never really rains that much. It's always sunny. Gets like the 110 degrees. It's crazy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm,
And then who did you already know on the team? I mean, obviously you've played against a lot of these
mhm.
guys, but who had you already connected with? Who have you connected with since you've been on campus?
I mean, I didn't really know like personally anyone until I committed. Obviously, I played against a bunch of the guys, but no, just I texted with quite a few of them and just got to know them the past week or so pretty well, and It's it's been good, and then the couple guys who aren't there yet, like I met them on my visit and stuff. So pretty much, I think everyone I've met. So yeah, good group of guys though. I really like them.
Who did you are you rooming with anyone or are you rooming by yourself for now?
Yeah, I'm by myself.
All right. And then obviously a lot of people watched you kind of last year playing UCLA,
Mhm.
who are, listening and watching this. But for those who haven't watched a ton of you. How would you describe your game to like kind of the fans out there? What can they expect to see from you?
Um, I think I just bring like a good mentality to the court. Like team player. I try to lead in the best way I can. Offensively, I think I'm pretty skilled and can score on all three levels. Um, Defensively, I think I'm a big body down there, so I think I can switch one through five, be able to guard. I can guard guards and then get down guard bigger guys down low. So um, I would say just affecting the game, just trying to win in any way I can. That's how I would describe my game.
And then the coaching staff, when they were talking to you throughout this kind of recruiting process and then coming onto campus, where do they see you fitting in next year, position wise? Do they see you primarily as a four, switching between the three and the four, switching between the four and the five? Where do they kind of see you moving around?
The forward. You never know with lineups and how the other teams, um, type of guys they have. But as a forward, whether that's 3, 4, like even at the five and go small ball. So like those three positions, I think I can play. And
And then to kind of fit into what UCLA wants to do and just kind of your own general, obviously you want to end up at the NBA level and
mhm.
everything with that. Where do you see yourself wanting to improve the most in this year at UCLA or the next 2 years at UCLA? What areas are you really focusing on for yourself?
I think I think one of the biggest things defensively, I think Coach Cronin and the coaching staff, have really good defensive principles and will teach me a lot. I think so that aspect I'm really looking forward to get better at. Um, and then also just like perimeter skills and shooting off the dribble, things like that. But also like keeping with my strengths, whether that's posting up, catch and shoot, shooting threes, stuff like that. Being able to play with my back to the basket, face up game. So just kind of those aspects, but definitely defensively, I'm looking forward to getting better and push myself.
Awesome. All right. Well, Tyler Bilodeau, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in the next week before real practice and workouts
Mhm.
start.
Yep. Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Yep.